in the quiet beach town of Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. It is clean. People are very good about keeping the beach clean. Some people have private property in their yards, but the beach is public as heck. At first sight, Indian Rocks Beach, Florida is a quiet beach town. People here and there going about work on their daily lives. But not much people are out and around. January may be a little chilly for Florida, but it's warm. The tourists think it's warm. It's the same way year-round. It's nice and peaceful and quiet. Few people in groups scattered here and there along and down the beach. But most of the beach is bare, empty, and quiet. The beaches in Indian Rocks Beach, Florida have really good size. But this part of the neighborhood, the beaches were just eroded. They're going to return in the springtime in 2020. It's January, and it starts feeling like spring in Florida around this time. Spent flower blooms have just stopped blooming, and plants are making seed pods. The grass and the plants are all mostly green. Lots of big trees that are damaged by high winds from the hurricanes this fall are bare, but nothing's dormant. Most of the plants are teeming with life. Deciduous trees think it's summer year-round and rarely drop their leaves. They just slowly die off, and by the time it's spring, there's still a few green ones left as the new ones grow. We've been watching this clump of leaves. It stayed here for several years. It's still green, despite the fact that today is Friday, January 17th, 2020. It's 5 p.m. During the winter, the sun sets earlier, so right now, the sun is setting over the Gulf of Mexico. Pools are covered up, as Floridians like it hot, and if you own a house here, 60-degree lows is enough to close your pool. So walk in a quiet beach town. Let me stop talking, just to show you how quiet it is here for a minute. As I stand 28 feet above sea level, looking down, I come to an 8-foot drop. Properties can either be well divided or you can share them. This property is divided by this seawall. This property is way higher up than the one down there. And there's another seawall, so the pool is higher up. Waves are on the beach. They make big splashes as they hit. The tsunami has calmed down, and the beaches are starting to grow back, recover, and heal. Soon they'll be back to normal. It's an unusually cold day for Florida, but don't let the crappy weather fool you. Even though it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit, the water in the Gulf of Mexico is warm. Just maybe any pools that you forgot to close might still be cold. But the water in the Gulf of Mexico is always warm. Because of currents, how long it takes water to cool off versus air, how long it takes water to warm up versus air, and many other factors. So unless the Gulf of Mexico is freezing in the summer, it's going to be warm in the winter. Huge waves make big splashes as they come in and hit things. Absolutely massive, terrifying waves get splashed several feet into the air. But you're safe from the tsunami, up high above on a balcony. Across the horizon, other islands in Florida can be seen. Sea foam is in the beach. Just this white foam formed by waves on the sand. It's frosty, an unusually cold day in Florida. The low was 45 last night. All this frost is melting, but it's still there for the next hour or so. And as it's 5 o'clock in the evening, the sun is going down over the Gulf of Mexico, just behind those clouds. Do you know what that means? Well, it means it's going to get dark and cool down a little bit. It's going to be cold for Florida, but it doesn't ever get colder than 45 degrees. It rarely gets below 50 here. Tonight's low is 67, so the frost should melt, and everything will be back to normal. But not all is quiet for long in Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. Because when you're on the beach in Florida, the comical Florida man and many other people can meet you. It's good to be nice to people, but sometimes you yell at people like this. A person like this hippie, Brennan White, playing outside in the Florida weather, wearing pants and sweating just so he can have fun on the grass. Hey, I didn't destroy my knees and cut them open. I guess wearing pants in Florida isn't a bad idea at all. Hello guys, my name is Brennan White. I was born in Hilo Bay, Hawaii, but I live it here in my hometown where I live, Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. It gets really freaking hot in Florida. Even people who live here admit that. We're used to the absence of cold, but we're not used to the heat. We just like it to be hot. Check this out. I'm wearing pants. Yes, can you see them? I'm really wearing pants. Even though we're in Florida, I'm sweating and it's hot out. So why am I wearing pants? Just so I can slide down the hill for fun. Here we go. Okay. Huh. As waves crash on the beach, the kid plays. It's another beautiful, beautiful day in Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. As seagulls fly by in the distance, it's a beautiful day. Alright, you enjoying the Florida weather? It's a little hot and you're starting to sweat a little. So let's walk into the woods in the shade, where it's a cool 78, about house temperature, below body temperature, but not too cold for humans. Around this kayak we go through some dark shady place known as the beach trail. Tall pine trees tower above in the woods. Plants and vines grow underground with leaves teeming with life. You came from Wisconsin, or Canada, or somewhere. Maybe Louisiana? It gets cold where you live. Maybe in Kansas or Missouri, you guys get snow. Down here in Florida, it's so warm, the plants haven't even lost their leaves. That shocks you. You keep walking down the beach trail. Suddenly you hear noise. What's that? What's that? You start to slowly creep up, knowing if it's anything can be around the corner. Weird things appear. But when you look, there's nothing there but some old guy lying down. He's hiding himself in a hoodie and some black pants, sleeping in a weird angle. He's just a homeless guy. Don't feel bad for him. He chose to be a homeless guy. You see, this guy likes being homeless. He wants to live in Florida, but he can't afford it. So he's just homeless so he can stay in Florida. He chose to be that way. He has plenty of money. It's just houses on the beach in Florida to live in can be expensive. At least the ones he likes to live in on the beach are expensive. He can't afford it. So he's going to be homeless until he has a good job and gets enough money to buy his dream home, which will probably be never, because he gambles, drinks a lot, smokes a lot, and, buys a lot, but not houses. The streets of Indian Rocks Beach, Florida, although just south of Clearwater on the next island, Sand Key, are not busy, but rather calm. Somebody told you about a pond that is freezing cold, even if it's hot in the summer and 118 degrees Fahrenheit one day in 1917. They were still playing in the pond and they thought it was freezing cold. They almost got pneumonia when it was 118 degrees because it was too cold for them. No, they're not weak and used to hot water. It was that cold. You don't believe in such a pond. He tells you where to go and tells you to check it out. Across the road you go. You look. Surely enough, there's a pond.